All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of Gar Capital. Happy to be with you every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the YouTube channel. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, turn notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Glad to be with you again. Let's go ahead and get started around the horn. Dow futures down about 27 points this morning. The Nasdaq's down about 36. The S&P is pretty much flat, 47.72 based on the March contract. Today is OPEX, guys. Options expiry today. Triple witching. Russell 2000 futures 2025 up 0.13%. Good morning. Good morning. 10-year Treasury yields 3.95%. So we know that's going to do for the market. I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over, guys. I'm like reading this stuff. I'm like, what has really changed overnight? Not really nothing. The dollar index is up a little bit, 102.43, up about 0.47%. Volatility index this morning's down about 1.5% at 12.29. Crude oil is at 72.23, up about 0.46%. Gasoline futures is up about 1% this morning at $2.13. Gold futures are up as well, 20.47, up about $2, 24.27 for silver futures. That's down. Copper down to $3.85. Euro dollar is pulling back 73 pips. 142.30 for the dollar yen. That's up 37 pips. 134 even for dollar Canadian dollar. Pound dollar, excuse me, down 55 pips. Bitcoin futures are down 1.3%. If you guys have been following this whole week, we caught Mara yesterday, so we finally got it in the money. What a comeback. That thing was down 94%, and we got it back. Wow, what a comeback. Ethereum 2263 down 1.82%. Good morning, everybody. So like I said, we did catch Mara yesterday. We also had Bank of America, but I'm still holding it. So again, I'm going to bring this up because again, we still have calls. Our target is 34.58. We were a little higher. We were at 34, but then Fed New York Governor John Williams, I believe, he was talking regarding the rate cuts that are expected in the market. So let's look at that headline. He says, we aren't really talking about rate cuts right now, but yet 2 days ago, Powell says rate cuts are a topic of discussion right now. So that's really what caused the market to flip in terms of being at the highs. I think we were about 90 on the Nasdaq and 90 on the Dow, but then it pulled back because of we aren't really talking about rate cuts right now. The Fed must be ready to hike again if needed. So, another one he said here is the market reacting maybe more strongly than forecasts show. So basically he's saying that, hey, we're still kind of hawkish. I think I'll believe Powell more. He is the chairman. And you could see U.S. Fed chair says premature to speculate on rate cuts. This is back on December 1st. 13 days later, Fed policymakers discuss timeline to start rate cuts. That's what you get, the short squeeze. But in my opinion, this is a buy the dip market really until the end of the year. So again, even any meaningful, decent dips are opportunities. For example, we went ahead and bought Apple yesterday in terms of calls. We went ahead and got Bank of America. We caught that. Well, it hit 60%. And I think everyone kind of either took it or is still holding for next week. Citibank as well. Looked into that. Shopify. That's the last one we need. This thing was at 78.14 this morning, guys. We have the 77 calls for today. We've been holding it all week from last week. So let's see if Shopify gets back above 78.14. And we're right there. All we're looking for is if we get a short squeeze on an OPEX day. So I do expect stocks to go higher. We did have futures contracts long, but we closed it a little early and took some profits for the week. And we've had an excellent week all around. So it's no point of just holding just to hold. We do have some risk open. I'm going to stare at shop all day today and make sure that we catch that because we are in the money. So pretty much every single trade that we've sent this week has been in the money, which is excellent. But we want to make sure that we end strong and see if we can catch anything more, because we're trying to get as much as we can ahead of the holiday season because that's when it slows down, that last week of December. Futures was solid. Yes, sir. Well, with the banks soaring, do you like GS and JPM long term? Yes, I do. Those are probably the two best ones that I like. The only other one being Morgan Stanley. But JPM I've been talking about as for me, the best bank out there to own. And yeah, you still have a gap to fill here on the daily. Here, right at 167 or 168. So let's place the alert here. This is the one I did not fill. I did not fill JPM. I filled Citibank and Bank of America. So I'm still with the thesis that banks still have more to go. It's just that JPM is the best one. Goldman Sachs literally was the best return of the year. That was the best trade of the year, I think. Here it is. I think it is. Here you go. 2,000% on Goldman Sachs. That's pretty wild. That was the best trade of the year in terms of options. And Goldman Sachs just went bananas. I wish I held a little longer, obviously. But we still have more. 388.75 is your October 22 top. So once we break that on Goldman Sachs, we can start taking a look at the 400. So the banks have more room to run. Yes, I like Goldman Sachs. Yes, I like JPM. We're going to talk about those names when we do our video regarding the thesis for next year, kind of our forecasting of the year. We're going to do a recap of the year, recap the options. We're going to talk about the next year coming, the top 10 stocks of 2024. We'll recap the top 10 stocks of 2023. Right at the end of the year, guys, that's where I start really getting everything together with the team about kind of setting our expectations for the year to come. And so I would say the number one thing I want to leave everyone with, at least until the end of the year, it is a buy the dip market. You can see the example with this guy Williams talking about, well, we can always rate hike again. Yeah, okay. You can see the market doesn't care and doesn't believe him. That's really all you need to know at that point. So listen, could we break down some? Sure. I mean, it's not like, we cannot fall. We can. I just don't see it happening. I mean, December 15th is when really December starts to cook higher. And there was a really great stat here, and I want to read it to you beforehand. Shoot, let me bring up Shopify. Shopify is bouncing, guys. So we'll talk about it on the radio when I get off here. We'll talk about it on Discord. Go ahead and bring up the live market blog. Something I want to show you guys. Here we go. This is from Ryan Dietrich. Great start to the most bullish month of the year for stocks. Up more than 3% on the 10th trading day of the month. Did you know the rest of the month has been higher all 5 times that this has happened? Back to 1950. In other words, don't give up on potential for more green in 2023. Yep, I agree 100%. So again, dips are to be bought. Again, doesn't mean you need to buy dips today. Just in general, if there is a pullback, that is an opportunity. Shoot, we've been saying that now for months. That it's all opportunities out there. So let's try to maximize what we have this week. Again, I want to catch Shopify. It's in the money. We'll see what we get, and then we'll see if we can catch Citi or Bank of America and go from there. But all around good stuff. I'm very proud of the team. We're going to go ahead and go over it this weekend when I recap the options trades and everything like that. So I hope you guys join us on YouTube. It will be recorded, but again, make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Good morning, guys. So that's where we are. I wish I had more to say, but I mean, so much has happened this week. It really was the gauntlet, right? And we knew what we were expecting. So it really is just preparation meeting opportunity. So we'll see what we get. What's your take on what happened to Microsoft? What happened to Microsoft yesterday? Oh, that big, did we fall yesterday on Thursday? Yeah, I mean, we had a rotation out of mega cap tech. I mean, Apple pulled back. All these mega cap tech stocks pulled back. What did well? Banks, industrials. Again, it was a rotation. Small cap soared. We talked about this rotation, guys. This was nothing new. Small cap soared yesterday, like 2.5% in comparison to Microsoft pulling back. Microsoft is not necessarily a bad company now, just because. But again, dips are to be bought. If you want to buy a dip here on Microsoft, fine. I don't think that's even enough. But again, I expect them to bounce, no problem. Gap to fill at 355. Let's see, on Microsoft, I'm pretty sure there is. Let's see. I don't see any gaps. There's a gap at 339. I'll give you that. IWM, yep. We talked about small caps. Have the alert above $200.08. That would be probably the next step of getting to 203. Can we chart NEO? Yes, we can short here. NEO is above the 50-day, but there is a gap to fill here. So we want to keep this in our back pocket, but nothing has really changed here. I mean, what, do you want to break 9 before we do anything, or you want to go ahead and break? Yes. I guess the best bet here would be to clear 921. That gets you above the 200-day, but there is a gap to fill here at 10. I'm pretty sure that 9 at 9, right at 922, there's going to be a ton of volume on those 10s. Does BAC being very overbought change your opinion on entry and options? No, because it already hit 60% and it was overbought yesterday. And I told everyone to close it if they wanted to. I want to swing it the way I swung Goldman Sachs, the way we waited for it. Again, the market was overbought before Powell even spoke, and the market soared. So as much as being overbought matters, but you can always be overbought for longer. You can always be oversold for longer. I mean, I think it's worth holding in general. I think it's actually worth investing in, to be honest. Once you break 34.58, you're going to probably take a look at getting at 40. So again, the banks still have more room to go as long as the 10-year treasury yield and dollar comes down. That's what we're looking for. If the dollar and rates come down, banks are going to go higher. 38.2 retrace, I mean. Oh, gotcha. I'm assuming regards to Microsoft. But yes, again, if anyone who took BAC, good for them. I still like Citibank long. JPM looks really good too. So we can always add that to the watch list for the weekend. More than likely, that'll probably be one of them. JPM, again, I want to re-examine it. There's your gap fill, guys. 166.95. Let's see, again, even it's probably too late now because you're pretty much on the way. Maybe we get a meaningful dip to 160. It'll give us an opportunity to trade it. But more than likely, that's going to happen. And you could see, we could bring this up. Yeah, 172.96, near all-time highs on JPM. But Citi and Bank of America still have more to go. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla broke the key level of around 248, 250. Still got this resistance here, guys. See this trend line? All the way down. Need to break that. So let's wait for 257.07. I don't know if it moved higher today. It's at 252.36. Once this breaks, you got as much as 260 to 270 for a continuation, possibly even 280. But this would clear that trend line. And I do like Tesla. I was actually kind of debating it with our team yesterday, but it was very expensive for next week, so we decided to go with Apple instead, and Apple's starting to move. Apple is actually green pre-market. Let me go and bring this up. So here it is. Apple's starting to move higher. Again, the target is 200. We'll see if we can catch that today. We'll see if we can catch Citibank, Shopify, of course. That's what we need to get. And we'll go from there, guys. All right. I will see you guys on the Discord server. Have a great rest of your weekend, rest of your morning and Friday. We will see you guys for the weekly video, for the recap on the weekend. And I'll catch you guys on Monday for the new morning note. Only a couple more weeks away from Christmas. Let's make the best of it. Have a great rest of your morning, guys. Cheers.